What's up, geeks? My name is Joey, otherwise known as the Iron Cowboy Gunner Lang, back here on When Geeks Collide with another DC Multiverse figure review. And today, as you saw on my recent hunt, flew solo for once and scored huge with this ever so prestigious Green Lantern 2-pack featuring Hal Jordan, my favorite Green Lantern, and Dawnbreaker, the Earth -32 version of Bruce Wayne from the DC Dark Knight's Metal event from a few years back. And I am not going to waste any more time on preamble. Let's open this up. All right off the hop, let's just first look at this box art. I like the dioramas that they set up for these 2-packs. I had gotten before a Flash and Red Death 2-pack, very similar to this, being like a Justice Leaguer and its Negative Earth evil Batman counterpart. I've said before, I'm not a fan of the figure photography being used for their box art or their trading cards that comes with the McFarlane series stuff, but to my knowledge, there is no source material featuring a confrontation between Hal Jordan and the Dawnbreaker. So I'll take what I can get. And you know what? This doesn't look half bad. It's posed great, and that background, that's nice, very nice. See all the figures down there that they are advertising. Like Steppenwolf, Superman from Justice League, Unmasked Red Hood, Dr. Fate that I got recently on that same toy hunt. I'll be doing a review another time. And this Shriek from Batman Beyond, which I'm so stoked that they have out. But unfortunately, the particular one that I'm looking for is a part of this Build-A-Figure series, and I need to go to the States to hunt for that. But I digress. So, anybody want to let me know in the comments if you open your figure boxes from the bottom? I do, because I want to preserve the top of the box for moving purposes, like if you're rearranging your collection, or like completely moving rooms or completely moving houses, to have, just so you don't end up stuffing like all your loose figures in random boxes or bags, and just ends up tarnishing the overall value of the figure during the move. So let's look at that and take these guys out for a second and take a look at that diorama background. That's so cool. All right, so you can see, if I'm not mistaken, that's Oa. I'm pretty sure that's Oa, because I mean, just look, it's all green. It's got the center. It's got the center there. Looks like a crater. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and hazard to say that's Oa, the planet Oa, where the Green Lanterns are originally stationed. Currently in the comics, they are stationed on the mobile sentient planet Mogo, who is a giant planet Green Lantern. I'm really so damn disappointed that I might accidentally wreck this by getting these stands and cards out. So let's see if I can be as careful as possible. I'm talking like heart surgery type of delicate. Okay. First cut. This is intense. This is really intense, guys. Okay. Gotta be very careful not to nick the card or my finger. At this rate, not gonna lie, I would rather nick my finger. You can heal that. You can't unnick cardboard. There we go. So far, so good. Yep. Okay. Okay. And there's, oh, the card's almost out. Oh, God. Oh, there we go. Again, figure photography, but that's not too bad. Of course, they could have pulled from any of the source material, but with this particular suit, I guess if they really wanted to advertise it accurately, then I guess they had to do figure photography. So it's forgivable. I'm just nitpicking. Read that off in a second. I'm gonna try to ever so carefully get this next card out. I already have, oh, that was close. I already have the Dawnbreaker solo figure that has its comic art included with the card. So, not too excited about this one, but it's still cool. Cool to have, especially if it comes in the set. Might as well have. All right, these parts, the stands are usually a lot easier. Okay, that's good. So far, so good. No excessive damage to the plastic. Diorama's still nicely intact. I know this is really unimportant right now by most intents and purposes, but I just really like this diorama. Bear with me. I wonder if I can fast forward this in post. All right, there it is. And let's start with Hal Jordan. We obviously know about Hal Jordan if you know about DC. Unless, of course, you have only seen the Green Lantern movie, in which case your opinion is invalid, sorry to say. But we are going to teach you, because this is the Green Lantern Hal Jordan from DC Rebirth. Real name Hal Jordan, and oh wow, that's weird. There's no extra data on the back like they usually have. Height, weight, all that fun stuff. But, yeah, oh well. Anywho, Hal Jordan's life was changed twice by crashing aircraft. The first time was when he witnessed the death of his father, pilot Martin Jordan. The second was when, as an adult and trained pilot himself, he was summoned to the crashed wreckage of a spaceship belonging to Abin Sur. Abin explained that he was a member of the Green Lantern Corps, an organization of beings from across the cosmos armed with power rings fueled by the green energy of all willpower in the universe. Upon his death, Abin entrusted his ring and duties as the Green Lantern of Earth's space sector to Hal Jordan. As any Green Lantern fan knows, but if you don't, that's a little backstory for you. Nicely summed up. And next is the Dawnbreaker, otherwise known as Batman of Earth -32. Again, no data, but anywho, and there seems to be some printing errors on here. Look at that, the logo. It's weird. Oh. In DC's Dark Multiverse, on Earth -32, the green light of will has twisted an angry Bruce Wayne into something very dark and sinister. After the murder of his parents in Crime Alley, young Bruce is gifted with a Green Lantern ring, which allows him to fly and to generate deadly hard light energy constructs. With no Alfred Pennyworth to guide him, he soon swallows his fear and pain and lets the void that remains corrupt him and the ring, unleashing a wave of darkness across the world, and now ours as the Dawnbreaker. Yeah, that's intense. That's kind of a glossed over summary. I won't go into too much depth with it. Basically what it is he, right after his parents' death, Ring finds him, and he uses excessive force with the ring, overriding its protocols, and basically just breaks the ring, solos the entire Green Lantern Corps upon their arrival to correct them, and become this, well, as you see here. So let's get this guy out, and look at this big-ass stand they got on here. And got the little pegs on there to stand with, and we'll see later how hard that is to stand them. Let's try to get that out first. Okay, there that is. It looks like he just has like the one elastic there, so try not to nick the figure. There we go. and these energy construct bats. There we go. Almost got it. All right, so I didn't review my original Dawnbreaker figure, so I'll review this one. As you can tell, already has the 22 points of articulation, as all McFarlane figures do, or I'm pretty sure most, and almost kicks his butt. It goes right up there. That's important, apparently. I mean, I do believe it's important for articulation, but I digress. As you can see, it's a more slender build, not typical to Batman, because like I said, he received the ring as a kid. If you had a Green Lantern ring as a kid, you would not give two craps about training your body to become a physical living weapon, because you could already do whatever you want with the ring. Goes to show those Green Lantern haters. It ain't nothing to sneeze at, is it? Oh, look at that. It's cool. It's got those, it's got these like rubber wires on the back. You see his like mangled face. It's been a while since I read it, so I kind of forget exactly why it's mangled like that. I'm pretty sure it's just from like his, like, something to do with his use of the ring. So that's Dawnbreaker. Oh wait, and on my original figure, so glad they have these stands. Ooh, McFarlane's the best. Let's see. Because on my original figure that I got of this, it had this cool bat energy construct that had a really hard time staying on his arm. And there doesn't seem to be as much fight with this one, so happy about that. And yeah, let's get the next one out, and I'll do a 360 review rating of these guys both afterwards. All right, and the moment that, well, I've been waiting for, Hal Jordan. Now, to say that I was excited for this figure to come out is an understatement. I mean, yes, of course I have actually a good number of Green Lantern figures already, but I am really loving all this stuff that McFarlane's putting out with their Multiverse figures. And I was just really hoping that we would get, I would have preferred this one, honestly, not gonna lie, in a solo, but just to have it is more than enough for me. If you remember the John Stewart Green Lantern figure review I did a little while back, you'll recognize the patterning and style of the outfit. It's a lot more heavily detailed than what we're used to seeing typically in the comics, but I'm not going to complain too much about that. I remember saying before I wasn't the biggest fan of that style, but honestly, that's just a nitpick thing, and I really don't mind it. I'm just really happy to have this Hal Jordan. Only thing that really worries me, though, is that these shoulder joints are kind of loose. So I just got to take it easy on there, and that shouldn't be too big an issue. Oh, look at that face sculpt. I've said it before, and I'll say it 100 more times. McFarlane knocks it out of the park with their detail. I mean, this face sculpt is fantastic. I mean, like, I know it's super, like, typical of a superhero to look like a Greek god, but this guy was made to look like a specimen. And, let's see, he has some attachments. He has this, green boxing glove construct with, like, flames behind it, which is pretty cool. And if you look closely, you can see, like, the Green Lantern symbol right there. And for some reason, he has a jetpack, also with the Green Lantern symbol on it. But, I mean, like, I'm not complaining. This is really cool. But it goes along the same lines as, why would he need a jetpack if he flies anyway? Similar to how, I don't know if you watch Justice League Unlimited, but at one point they gave the Flash a van. And why would you give a vehicle to somebody who can run faster than any vehicle on the planet? But I digress. It's a cool construct. So let's see, that attaches easily. There you go. Yeah, that's easy. This one, I tried before, and it's not quite, the hand doesn't quite fit in there, but the hand does come off. And then there's kind of, you can almost see inside it, there's like the shape of a fist. So you just kind of pack the wrist in there. And then there it is. Ready to take a good shot at Dawnbreaker. It's pretty cool. All right, so let's get to some 360 action, shall we? And here is Dawnbreaker with my brand new 360-degree display that I actually wasn't even planning on breaking out just yet, but I figured this particular figure review definitely deserves top-notch quality. So here it is. And again, this is my second one of this, basically this exact same figure. But that doesn't mean I don't love it, because when I originally got my first one, I had to order it online because I couldn't find it anywhere else, and just the thrill of the hunt wasn't there. So I was still stoked to get it, but it definitely felt like less of a prize. This one, I'm gonna rate it exactly how I would have rated it if I had gotten my first one for the first time, and I'm gonna call it a 9.5 out of 10. I don't care. It's perfect. It's right from the comics. It's an incredible concept, and I don't know. I don't really know how else to put it. I mean, like, the design is great. The emblem is like, you know, enameled, so it's like it's got its own texture. Everything's like due to the finest detail. Every line, crease, everything, right down to his like mangled mouth, and that construct is so cool. So yeah. 9.5 out of 10 for Dawnbreaker. And of course, Hal Jordan getting the 360 treatment for the first time. And before I give my rating, I'm just gonna say it's probably gonna be obvious, but yeah, I'm gonna give you a quick look here so we can see him without his equipment, and then I'm gonna go ahead and add his extra parts in just a second. And there he is with his boxing glove and arbitrary jetpack. Again, I'm not gonna say I don't like the jetpack because it's really cool. Just saying it's kind of pointless. Kind of like how in Justice League Unlimited they gave the Flash a van. Why does a man who runs that fast need a vehicle of any sort? But I digress. So honestly, I'm just gonna go ahead and say everything about this figure is perfect. Only complaint I would have with this one in particular is the shoulder joints are just a little bit too loose for my liking. But that's very forgivable. I'm just gonna be posing them on my shelf anyway. But I'm just so stoked to have this figure. I have, believe me, way more Green Lantern figures than just this, but this is by far the best detailed one I have yet. And since I started collecting McFarlane figures, I've really wanted to have a McFarlane Hal Jordan. So happy to get this. And in case you didn't predict it already, my rating is going to be a solid 10 out of 10. Do not care. It's, in my eyes, an absolutely perfect figure. My #1 favorite of all time. And in my opinion, it deserves it. If you think differently, that's totally fine. Let us know in the comments. And yeah, so let's take a look at both of these guys together. If I can get them on this rotator. Wow, I can't believe I actually got it to stand on this 360 display here. But just for the sheer fact that like it's basically mostly standing on like the thinnest part of it alone on this little like construct missile that they have under Hal Jordan, which is pretty cool. Just look at the detail on that just real quick. So you got like the missile with like the flames behind it, which is like Hal Jordan's style. You got like this like Kraken and chains looking like monstrous construct under the obviously deranged Dawnbreaker, which is really cool. But yeah, so there we have it. That is my 9.5 rated Dawnbreaker and my 10 out of 10 perfect figure. My newest prized possession in my toy collection for now, Hal Jordan Green Lantern. Now, as always, you can find us on Facebook and Instagram under When Geeks Collide. On Twitter, you find us at WGC Network, and on Anchor.fm, you can catch the podcast with Steve Brown and Jeff Smith by typing in WGC Network. You can find me on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter. Facebook, look for me under Gunnar Lang, and on Instagram and Twitter is IC_Gunnar Lang. And if you want to go further than that, like I always say, you can check out my new Horizon Comics comic company that I have recently started. My first project, Horizon Comics Spectrum, is available right now. You can hit me up on Horizon Comics on either Facebook or Instagram by just typing that in, Horizon Comics with an X, and hit me up. I'm more than happy to supply you with a copy. It's a really passion pet project of mine, and I have some exciting stuff coming up soon. So with all that said, I hope I'm not forgetting anything else, but like we always say, geeks out.